we are going to be starting off with my flawless foundation routine, which I uploaded before this video. So if you haven't seen that, I'll link that down below and you can check that out. Kendall always has really nice skin. You never see a single blemish on her skin. She's always perfect. She looks airbrushed. She looks like she's photoshopped 24/7. It's really annoying, but that's what we're trying to recreate. So once we've done our flawless foundation, we want to start shaping our face and dewing up our face, because she always has this beautiful glow about her and this beautiful, just healthy look about her. To start off with that, we're going to start off doing some contour. So I'm going to take my AC on Tour palette, and I'm also going to take a flat topped angled brush. I'm going to be taking this color in the middle here. This is quite dark, but it's also quite ashy, so it works really well with my skin tone. I definitely recommend just going through contour palettes and colors and seeing which works for you, because depending on your skin tone, you might need something ashier or you might need something warmer. So just find the one that works for you and then use that. And so we're going to start contouring. So what I like to do is kind of put a line there, and then I like to blend it out. So basically what contouring is doing is creating a shadow. So you can see from the front, if I tuck this piece of hair behind my ear as well, oh, that's a nice look. You can see that my face is just a bit more shadowed on this side, and then when you turn to the side, it's nice and blended. So it's still not quite there yet, but with all the other steps it will be completely blended out and it'll just look like a really nice shadow. But what you don't want is just a line of brown. This AC on Tour palette is really pigmented, so I find that you really don't need much at all. You really just need to dip your brush in very lightly, and then you will have enough to blend out. Bearing in mind that we are not trying to do a Kim Kardashian contour, Kendall Jenner is a lot softer, she's just a lot more natural, I guess, than Kim Kardashian. So we don't, and even her sister Kylie is looking a lot more like Kim than Kendall. So we want to make sure that our contour is nice and subtle. It's not a huge brown line on our face, and we're not doing all that under contouring either with foundations and stuff like that. We're purely just using the powders to create a nice gentle shadow. So now that we've done that, I'm going to take a tiny bit of that colour, just like on the flat of the brush, like that, and I'm going to apply this up onto my temples and kind of around my hairline. Go away. We are just going to blend this out on our temples and around our hairline, just to create a nice wee bit of shadow. You can see, if you look at this side of my face, it's just a lot more shadowed than this side of my face, and it looks a bit more natural anyway, because we don't have just one skin tone and we're not just a foundation color. So we do have these natural shadows and stuff like that. So I guess when you apply your foundation, it's kind of blanking out the canvas, and then we're just applying these shadows back in. And then taking anything that does not look good on the camera, doesn't look like that in real life, I promise. It's actually kind of good doing your makeup in front of a camera, because you realise what you don't see in real life but the camera picks up. Good tip. So then we're just taking whatever else is left on our brush, and we're just bringing this down the sides of our nose, just to contour down there gently. Again, we're not doing a Kim Kardashian contour, so that's why we're not putting more product on our brush before we do this. And then we're also just going to buff some along our chin, down the sides of our neck, and underneath our bottom lip. Now that we have done that, I like to just take my fluffy blending brush, my fluffy blending brush, say that 10 times quickly, and I just don't put any product on it at all. I just like to smooth out all that contour that we applied. You can see that this has just helped it blend more naturally into the skin and create more of a natural shadow look. Now that we have done that, we want to apply a little bit of blush. Kendall Jenner never has huge amounts of blush, she just has a natural touch to it. What I'm working off is Kendall's natural kind of what she wears makeup. I'm not doing like obviously her modeling makeup because that changes for what the designer wants. So the blush that I'm going to be using today is the MAC Sheer Tone Shimmer Blush in the shade Breezy. It's this beautiful kind of wine shade and it does have the shimmer in it. I like this because I like my skin to look quite dewy and quite fresh, and I guess the Estee Lauder Double Wear foundation which I wear is kind of a bit more matte, so I like to use blushes which are sheer tone to kind of just apply a little bit more shimmer and sheen to my face to make it look a bit more fresh, a bit more natural and a bit more healthy. To use, what am I saying today? To apply this I will be using the Jess Up rounded face brush. These don't have names, they just kind of come in packs, but they are really good brushes. So we're just going to apply this above where we put that contour, and then a bit onto the apples of our cheeks. We don't want to put it, however, where we have that light shade underneath our eyes, which we use to highlight. What this does is it kind of draws out your cheekbones and just makes you look really healthy, really happy, and really vibrant and not tired at all, which is not what you want. Once again, we have applied this quite lightly, but we do just want to blend it out with our fluffy blending blending brush so that we don't have any harsh lines or anything like that, and everything just kind of smooths in together and looks very natural. Again, we haven't put any product on this, so it's not going to mattify it, it's not going to kind of dull the colour at all, it's just going to purely blend it in. This is probably my favourite step when it comes to makeup, and that's because I'm using a new product. I've used this every day since I brought it I think I brought it on Monday, so 4 days ago, and oh my god, it's amazing. So many people rave about this, and I finally picked it up for myself, and this is the Mineralized Skin Finish in Soft and Gentle by MAC. It's this beautiful mineral makeup which you just use, and it's a beautiful highlight. We're using it on this pencil shaped face brush. So Kendall Jenner always has absolutely beautiful glowy dewy skin. You'll see in the picture that I inserted at the start that it's just so nice and pretty and healthy looking, so that's what we are using this for. So to start off with, we're just blending this down our cheekbones where we applied the concealer earlier in the Flawless foundation routine. I concentrate this mainly on the backs of my cheekbones, but I do also apply a little bit underneath my eyes and on the apples of my cheeks just to kind of have it blended in nicely and highlight those areas as well. Be aware that this is a very pigmented product. If you want it more pigmented, however, you can apply it with a slightly wet brush. So now I'm applying it on my nose, on my cupid's bow, a bit on my chin, and then a bit on my forehead. So this just dews up your entire makeup, makes it so healthy and glowy looking, and you just look so nice and pretty. Now a very important thing with Kendall is her beautiful brows, so we're going to do that next. So to start off with, I'm taking my e.l.f. brow brush. I cannot talk today, and I'm just going to comb out my brows. So I don't actually want to do a really heavy filled in brow look today because I find that Kendall Jenner's brows aren't, you know, heavily filled in. Sorry if the lighting changed, the sun was reflecting off all my makeup and it was just really annoying, so I decided to shut the curtain a little. Sorry about that, my camera card got full this time. Awesome, but Griffin says hi. Hello, hello. He was meowing outside, so I had to let him enjoy. And person could fully make a better YouTuber than me. So I don't even remember where we were, but I believe we were up to brows. Kendall Jenner doesn't have really filled in brows. Instead she kind of has just quite naturally filled brows, and they just kind of brush them and groom them nicely. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm not going to do my full filled in brow look, and I'm going to see if I like this better, because lately I've kind of been feeling like, I don't know, my brows aren't on fleek as they usually are. So let's fill these in. Just need to use some for down here. I don't know if I've said what this product is anywhere, but this is the Brow Artiste Plumper by L'Oreal Paris, and you can just see that it just goes onto your natural brows and just fills them in a little bit more and darkens them a bit. 1 minute please. Now I'm going to do the other brow. That is my brows done. These are looking quite nice actually. I'm kind of feeling that natural look today. So now that we have done our brows, we are going to go on to our eye makeup. And it's not going to be anything too heavy, because when Kendall's all nice and natural, she doesn't have anything too heavy on. So that's what we are sticking with today. I'm using the Stila Eyes of the Window palette in the color range Soul. Is that what you call it? I'm not entirely sure. It is the more shimmery one, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. So to start off with this look, we are going to take the shade up here and applying it all over our lid. We use light, and now we are going to take the shade Kitten, which is the one below it. And we're just applying this over our lid up to our crease. Then we are going to take a Jessup angled brush, and we are going to take this shade down the bottom here, which I believe is called Vitality. And we're just applying that to the tip of the angle, and we're going to put this into our crease just to deepen it a bit and use it as a bit of a transition shade, but also keep that shimmer. Then we are going to take the shade Thought, which is the one in between Kitten and Vitality. And we're also going to take that shade and just blend it underneath our eyes. So now we've made kind of a cut crease, but just very gentle. So then we're just going to take Kitten and put that in the inner corner, and just apply it a bit more heavily to the center of our lid. Now we're just going to take a flathead brush and blend out any harsh lines. And then taking the light shade that we used first, we're just going to apply this as a bit of a brow highlight, just a bit bolder than we had before. And finally, we're just going to clean up underneath the eyes with a large fluffy brush. So that's the eye look pretty much done. The last steps that we have to do are just mascara and liner. So we're going to line our eyes just using any sort of dark black or dark brown eyeliner. And we're just going to outline that outer V and blend it into the center of our eye. But we're not lining the center. I feel like I put on a really weird accent there. If I did, I apologize. Finally, we are going to use our Miss Munger Mega Volume Mascara by L'Oreal Paris, and we're just using this for, obviously, our lashes. First, we are going to curl the lashes though. There's absolutely no way to look nice when you're curling your lashes. So now we're just using a mascara and we're just putting it on our lashes. So I'm honestly trying to keep this look quite natural because I feel like Kendall likes to keep her makeup quite natural when she isn't modeling. So hard to do my mascara without opening my mouth. I feel like I'm putting on funny accents today. Okay, so to finish off this makeup look, we are just going to do quite a natural look. So the colour that I'm using today is Summer Angel, which is 640 in the Moisture Renew range by Rimmel, I believe? Yeah, Rimmel. So it's just this colour here. It's quite a nude brown with a bit of a sheen to it. I'm not using a liner or anything because Kendall Jenner doesn't really overline her lips or anything. That's kind of more what Kim and Kylie do, as well as the surgery, obviously, not gonna lie. So that is the end of this Kendall Jenner inspired makeup tutorial. I really hope you enjoyed it. I thought I would do like a sort of series on this, like Steal the Look blank, so like Steal the Look Kendall Jenner, Steal the Look Ellie Goulding, whoever you guys want to see, I would love to do it. So if you have any ideas, leave a comment down below. Otherwise, I will just figure some out on my own and hopefully you guys enjoy them. I hope you guys enjoyed me talking you through the makeup tutorial instead of what I have done previously where I've just done it silently with music in the background. Let me know either way. I'm not sure which I prefer. I'll see when I've edited up this video. So that is it. Like, comment and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and thank you so much for visiting my channel and watching my video.